un peu souvent. What about... mais chez moi, c'est sympa, c'est tellement pratique. Ouais, c'est super. Et ça, tu me descends si tu veux, mais j'en ai
Okay. Good.
What about...
Good morning, Mr. Clement.
Good morning.
Let me ask you, right? Why is it so important that you guys help a lot of young people get involved in racing?
Because one, I was young myself, and I really appreciated when people gave me a job and were kind to me when I was young. And two, I think by being nice and by giving a job to younger people, it's also the future. And it's always a good thing in life to be surrounded by younger people.
How did you get started in this business, in this life?
For me, it was a little bit easier for me than most people because my trainer was a trainer. My father was a trainer. And obviously, I grew up around it, so it was just a bit easier for me than the average person around. But yet again, even myself, I had to work for different people when I was young, and I was very appreciative whenever people gave me a job.
And who was a mentor for you when you started working?
My main mentor would have been somebody in Europe called Luca Cumani in Newmarket, who was a brilliant trainer. He does not train anymore. But not only I thought he was a brilliant trainer, but he was a very smart man, and also became a very good friend of mine. I've got a son and a daughter. They both like racing. They're both helping me out. Obviously, my son full-time by, running a barn here in Saratoga for us. I think he's very good. I'm very lucky for him to be working with us. And, maybe I'm very lucky that I'm working for him. Well, I'm not sure which way to put it. But it's great. It's a great luxury when it works.
Because I interviewed Tyler, right? He's a young guy, never been around horses. And he told me a story, and he said he wanted to get involved with the horses, and he called every trainer on the list. He Googled all the trainers, and nobody answered. And he hit up Miguel, and Miguel hit him back probably like within the half hour, and right away it gave him an opportunity.
No, I think it's just a normal thing in life. If somebody applies for a job or wherever it is, it's a normal thing just to answer people. And I think it's actually rude not to answer people regarding any work queries.
And what's the biggest difference between racing when you first got started versus today?
I think when I started training 30 years ago, the horse was really the prime factor. We worry more about the horse than we do today. But we always have to adapt. And the bottom line is it's still the same game. You have to go by the wire in front. So it's the same rule. It's just the way you perceive the horse, the way we train horses. You just maybe not have quite the same respect for the horse himself.
Right. Who's the best jockey you ever seen ride a horse?
I don't see the best jockey. I saw many good jockeys. When I was a kid, there was a jockey in France called Yves Saint-Martin, who was absolutely brilliant. I just thought he was the most naturally talented jockey I've ever seen when I was a kid. In the States, I've seen many, many good jockeys, especially being in New York. The best one usually end up in New York at some stage.
Can you tell early on that's what horse is going to be like a good horse?
No, I don't think you can tell early on which one can be a good horse, but you can tell very early on which one is not going to be a good horse. So you go by elimination.
Okay.
And and then when you see them as a yearling, you can go by elimination. That elimination is even stronger when you go to the 2-year-old in training cell. So it just gets narrower and narrower and narrower. You just try to find the better ones.
All right. What advice will you give young people that's watching, that's want to get involved?
Don't be discouraged. Work hard, and you will succeed. We have less and less younger people in racing, which is a mistake. That's the way it is. So I think if somebody wanted to make a living in racing, there's no doubt you can do it, either with the horses or with the racing official. And just don't be discouraged. Keep trying. Keep working. You will make it.
And what's the key you think to get young people back involved?
I think racing sells itself. You take people racing, always people enjoy it. So we just have to try to find a way to expose racing as much as we can. I thought the NAMA program on the fact that we have access now to America, the races on YouTube was a great deal for a lot of younger people to see racing. The product is very good. We've got the best horses, we've got some of the best jockeys, and it's a great product. The more we can expose our product, the better.
And a program like what I'm doing, that I'm talking to everybody in racing top to bottom, how good is that for the industry?
It's great as well. There's just not just the Saturday afternoon winning the bigger stakes in the 8 race. There's plenty of other things in racing, the life in the backstretch, the people who help us out as well in the backstretch. And So the more, as I said, the more we can expose racing, the better it is.